Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me and thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me and watch this video. For this video, I thought maybe we should use up some of the papers we have left from previous projects. We have small tablets left from the previous projects. The tablet I'm holding, it actually came from mini writing tablets that I purchased in Dollar Tree store. These come in 3 sections, so it is one pad with 3 sections. We split it for previous projects. We used only 2 sections and we kept one. This is the one I have left. These you could buy in Dollar Tree, mini writing tablets. The dimensions are 3.5 by 5 inches, so 3.5 inches wide by 5 inches tall, and the thickness of it is 3/4 of an inch. Each section is approximately 1/4 of an inch. So from one packet you can actually make 3 of these projects. I would also like to repurpose some of the boxes that I have left. As you can see, I buy whole wheat Ritz crackers, and I will use this box to make the cover for our notepad or mini tablet. So to make that, I really need to trim just the sides, and I'm cutting just pretty much on the score. So we need, and I'm gonna try to cut this straight up. So I'm positioning this according to a grid on my board. Okay, I'm just gonna cut this piece off just so it's easier to work with that. So now the straight side I am gonna position on my board because I want to make sure that the side is cut straight also. So now for the cover, this is a little glue stuck in here. So for the cover, we will need length of 7 3/4. So 7 3/4, I'm gonna make a little mark in 2 spots. 7 3/4. Now I am gonna cut this off. So we have 7 3/4. We got this side cut straight. You can see it's a nice square. So the height will be based on a pen I want to use with this notepad. So my pen dimensions are 5 3/4. I'm gonna make it 6 inches. So the height will be 6 inches. I'm gonna make my marks 6 inches, and let's cut this off. Okay, so this will be our cover, and I want to use this side for the outside. So we will score this. Let's score 3 3/4. Turn it around 3 3/4. The reason why I'm turning this around is because the important dimension is really the front and the back of our cover, not the spine. The spine, if it's a little bit more than 1/4 inch, that's fine. If it's a little bit less, that should also be fine. That's the reason why I scored the way I did. So this will become our cover. If we place notepad right here, you see is perfect size for that. So I will wrap this cover because we need to cover the writing or the front of the box we used. So I will use just cardstock that I have, and we will pre-cut this cardstock to 8 3/4. I think by 8. Yes, this is 6, so by 8. Okay, and we will glue it just like that. So this is shiny side, so I'm gonna apply a little bit more glue, and I will wait just a little bit just to make sure that this glue is really stuck. Okay, see it's sliding a little bit. But we need to make sure that this is all stuck. I will just wipe that glue. Okay, and now I will score all around. We will fold it over. And I will run the spatula. You guys know that I like those really nice crisp edges on all of the notepad covers. So now we will need to miter the corners. So I'm leaving a little bit of that paper right here, just to make sure that all the corners will be covered really nicely. And I'm not making such a big angle, as you can see, because I want to make sure that this board is really covered. So now we're going to glue all sides. As I'm gluing, I'm trying to work those corners because you don't want the paper to start picking up right here. Let's work this spine a little bit, just to make sure it's nice and straight, just like that. And you may have to fold it a little bit to make this a little bit more flexible, but that's okay. Let's glue the last side. Okay, so we have cover wrapped. Let's just make sure that we work on that spine. So as you can see, I'm kind of pushing this a little bit. I'm trying to stretch this paper right on the outside. just like that, especially in this section, because now we have extra paper in here. So I'm gonna do the same on the opposite side. And now you can see that your cover is more flexible. So now to make this really nice and pretty, I am gonna place a little bit of that black cardstock right in between, right here. I'm gonna try not to overlap it, just kinda butt this. So the dimension I have 4 1/16. So I'm gonna try to cut this to 4 1/8. And I will just try it. Okay, this looks perfect. So there is no particular dimension that I'm cutting this down to. This particular piece is 2 3/4. I'm trying just to cover this, just like that. So I will score this piece, and it really doesn't have to be on the middle. Try to make it on the middle, but it doesn't have to be. So I'm gonna score it, and the space between the two scores, it should be 1/4 of an inch. Because when we place it in here, you want to make sure that this will fold together with your notepad. So now I will apply the glue, and I will apply it to the to this spine only, because I do want to line this up. So when we fold that, this is right on the middle, like that, and it moved on me a little bit. So there you go. Now it's good. So now we're gonna put glue right here and on the opposite side, and just like that. So now you're gonna be able to fold this on both sides. So we created our background for the inside. So for the inside, I will use this paper. It's some leftover paper that I had. So we need to cut this to 3.5 by 5 3/4. So let's see, 5 3/4. By 3.5. And we will need 2 pieces. And I will cut another strip that is really thin. And this has to be less than 1/4 of an inch. So you see, this is just a tiny strip. So now I will glue this. I will use this one on the back. And look at your edges. Make sure that they are nice and glued straight. Now we're gonna glue the other side. Just like that. And now you could leave it the way it is, but the strip that I cut, maybe you do want to place it right here. I think it just gives that extra look. So I will just apply tiny amount of glue right here, and I will just place it right there. I know it's a small piece, but I think you are getting this really nice presentation. So now we are ready for the notepad. And you could make it removable if you like by creating a little band. I'm just gonna apply the glue right here, and I will try to glue this on the middle, just like that. Okay, so here is our notepad. Very nice, slim. I think it's a beautiful presentation. And we need the closure in here. So for the closure, we will make the closure, but let's cut, since we are using all the scrap paper that we have, let's cut the paper to create the front and the back. So this is 6 inches by 3 3/4. So this paper is a little bit more than 6. So I will just trim it. We need to cut this to 5 3/4. 5 3/4. Now, because we will use this for the front and the back, look at the design and choose what would you like to see on the front cover and on the back cover. I think I want to see this rose. So I'm gonna cut this to 3 1/2. For the back, I can use this 3 1/2. Now, if you want to put little strip in here for the spine, you could also cut just like we did it before, just a little tiny piece. It cannot be more than 1/4 of an inch. It should be less. So that's gonna be for the cover, and we will have to create holder for the pencil. For that, I will cut 2 pieces approximately 1 inch. So let me just trim this. It's easier for me to measure 1 inch. And one more 1 inch, and that will be for the closure. So now, before we apply the front and the back, we will make pencil holder. So I'm gonna put this around the pencil. I'm gonna wrap it, and you see, I'm gonna put this down so you can see what I'm doing. So you see this on the bottom, I'm keeping straight, but this one, I'm wrapping around it. Now you don't wanna make this too tight because you wanna make sure that you can fit your pen. So leave a little bit room, just like this. Now I am gonna make with my bone folder little score in here, just so I know how big this is supposed to be. And what I'm gonna do now is, if this is gonna be our pencil holder, I am gonna just trim this piece off right here. So now you can see we have little score in here. We're gonna glue this right to the front where I mark the score, and we need to try to adjust with our pen, because when we put our pen right here, we should be able to freely place this pen. So I'm gonna glue this. I'm gonna apply the glue only to the score right here, but before, actually when I glue it, I want to put my pen in here because now I'm playing with the position. So I'm gonna wrap this around and I'm gonna glue it this way. And this didn't glue straight, but that's okay. This part does not have to be perfect, but what you need to have is enough room to put this pencil in and out. So now I'm gonna apply glue right here. I am gonna put my pencil in, wrap it around, and I'm trying to position the pencil on the table. I'm gonna wrap it around and I'm gonna glue it just like that. So now let me make sure that this is all stuck. And I'm gonna take the second piece and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna apply the glue. I'm gonna position this lower right here. Now I can put my pencil in here because this is what, actually this is the wrong side. So we put position pencil in here, and this one we're gonna do on the opposite side. So let me apply the glue. Somewhere's right here. As you can see, we can fit the pencil right here, and we're gonna wrap the pencil around on this side just like that. So I am gonna make a little crease right here because I want to place glue on this side. And it really doesn't matter, you can actually apply glue on the whole thing, that part does not matter. But when you put your pencil, you want to glue this right on top of it, just like that. Okay, let me just wipe this glue. Alright, so we got our pencil holder. As you can see, we have done it on the opposite sides. So when you put your pencil, you put it through both pieces, and this is what's holding this whole thing together. So now this, we need to pay attention where will be the front. So when you open the notebook, this side is the front. I want it rose on the front, so I will glue the paper just like that. Okay. And now I'm trying to position this nicely on the middle. And let's make sure that this is all stuck. Just like that. Now I could put pencil right here. It will hold. Turn it around and we can apply the glue and position this right here. Let's make sure this is all stuck. Okay, as you can see, we wrapped it around. Now I mentioned to you that you can use this little piece for the spine. You don't have to if you don't want to. I think even without it, I think it just looks really nice and sharp. But if you want to apply it, here it is. It's nicely wrapped on all sides. And now on this side, we can create little pocket. And as you can see, I have little scrap paper left. I can apply it like this. I am gonna cut on an angle and nothing fancy. No matter how you cut it, it will work. So we will apply the glue only on 3 sides. A little bit of glue right here, right here. So as you can see, I left this portion in here open. You can apply glue over there also. I applied only on 2 sides. So now if you have something small, maybe you wrote something and you want to just tuck it away, here you go. So I hope you like this project. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit like, comment, share and subscribe. I would really appreciate. And I hope you truly enjoyed this project. I think this one is very nice even to make for craft shows. As you can see, it's a beautiful presentation. I think that this closure is somewhat unique. I have never seen it anywhere. So I hope you like it. Thank you for watching this video and I hope to see you soon.